What's up, everyone? Hello, happy Tuesday. It is gorgeous outside. I cannot believe it. I'm so excited. I need to hurry up and invest in some patio furniture so I can be out sunbathing like the other people this summer. Welcome to Clean Greens Living, broadcasted here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree, and I am in the building. I am so excited to share with you guys. Happy Pride Month. Whoop, whoop. It is Pride Month. I cannot believe I forgot to say that last week. I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Make sure you show up, show out, and support our LGBTQ community and let them know that they are loved, they are valued, and we are here for them. Also, it is the month of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is June 19th, for those of you who do not know. Please join Rainier Avenue Radio to celebrate a Juneteenth event this Saturday, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. outside of Safeway at Rainier. It will be a live broadcasting event. So please show up, show out. It'll be fun. This coming up Wednesday, the 18th, Atlantic Street will have their annual Juneteenth event. It will also be broadcasted live here on Rainier Avenue Radio. So many fun events to come and join and show up and show support for our people of color and our LGBTQ community. And we hope to see you all there. As far as Clean Greens, don't forget to save the date for our June 28th season opener. It is a boots on the ground season opener. Wear your best cowboy gear and let's have fun, pick up your fresh organic produce and commune with your community and get to know who's there, who's here, where are we, where is our people at. Come join us at these Juneteenth events, our Pride events, and our season opener. We also still have some openings for CSAs if you're willing to, and wanting a CSA. Our youth program is getting up. We're gearing up to start our youth program. We will have a what is it called? A meet and greet. We're going to have a meet and greet again. Save the date for June 21st, where you can come. We're going to talk everything about what we do with our youth. We're going to do some planting. We're going to do a little pollinator workshop. It's going to be exciting. So June 21st, save the date. We are going to be organizing and starting the operation in one of our other sites. For those of you who do not know, we have a nonprofit farm that we give out fresh organic produce. We grow produce in Duval, but we also have space in the city for our youth and for our community members who want to grow food, who want to learn how to grow food, who want to grow food and give back to the community. We are expanding our space. We have the space behind Amy Yee Tennis Court, and we will have a site A, site B, and site C coming. We're getting ready to activate the site C. So please save the date and join us on those days. It's going to be super fun. I know a lot of people think farming was for slaves. I used to be one of those people, but it is not. It is in us. It is in our DNA. They brought us here because we knew what we were doing. And it is important for us to come and learn how to grow our own food. Yes, we love to pay for convenience, but when that convenience is no longer an option, we want to know how to feed ourselves and our community. So please come join and be a part of it. Speaking of our season opener, I'm so excited. We are going to be showcasing some of our greens, and we have one of the most phenomenal chefs who's going to put together some vegetarian and I think vegan. We're going to talk more about it, options for our season opener. So not only do you get to come and try our produce, but you get to come and see how there's many different ways you can use your greens to make different dishes. So I want to welcome on chef resident what? See, I told you I'll be messing up. Tay Proctor-Mills and Naudia Miller from the Black and Tan Hall.
Hey.
Oh, hey, look. Okay. Okay, so I met Tay a while ago. You were at one of our, I don't know if you remember, season openers years ago. Yeah. And you came, you brought the energy, and then this is how small Seattle is. The person who's blowing it now knew you. And I was like, okay, yes, I know Chef Tay. I know he's good. I know he's going to bring it. And when we were talking about you coming to bring the food, we started talking about the Black and Tan Hall. And I've always drove past there, and I've always looked, but never like knew what it was, and was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. And then when I found out you were there, I was like, cool, I get to go in here and see what this is about. And that is what brought in Naudia Miller, who is the regional manager, right?
General manager.
General manager. General manager. But she is a woman of many hats that we're gonna have to come back on for different things. But she's a singer, general manager. Did you was it a poet? What was
Not I mean, I'm good with words, but
no.
I didn't put poet under there. I'm a partner at the hall. That's the other kind of caveat with being the general manager. I'm one of the co-owners of the space, which is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Itself.
Okay, well, look, we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of it in a couple of minutes because I want to know about the Black and Tan Hall. So, which one of you guys want to start off and just give us a little snippet of what the Black and Tan? I'll ask you, Naudia.
Sure.
The Black and Tan Hall. Can you tell us about it and what is it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been a long journey to get where we are now, which is a restaurant, a bar, and a venue space. A cultural hub is what we've called ourselves on this journey to finally get open. We have a very intimate kitchen and a good sized bar and a huge venue space with a stage, lighting equipment, full PA, a cute little dining room, and really unique aesthetic. Yeah. So we officially opened up as the restaurant and bar back in October. But to your point of like, I've always driven by and I've wondered what's going on in there. It's taken us almost a decade to get to the point where we are now, where we're open and we're serving the public.
Nice. And that's a good testament for people who are starting a business or looking to do stuff, to know that it takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight. A lot of people like to glorify and put people on pedestals, and they don't know the dirt and grind that it took us to get there. But so thank you for mentioning that. So it's look, when I walked in, I was blown away. It was so beautiful. It was like so many, in my mind, all the different events that you can have or I want to plan. It was just like, you walk in, it's like, what I was getting Harlem Nights out of that. I was getting like, some kind of New York feel. We talked about, I don't want to say what else we talked about because I know you guys are thinking about planning an event and I don't know if that's like a secret or not. So I won't say what that is. I'll say it offline. But there was this other event that I thought, oh my God, this would be really beautiful if you guys did that event. And so art on the wall. So tell us about the art. Like, how do you guys connect with people and whose art is it? There's art on the wall that you could purchase. First of all, can I just say I love it when people of color open up businesses, because we don't just focus on ourselves, we focus on everyone. Like, how can we support and make this work for everyone? So first of all, thank you guys for that. I love that about our people when we open up businesses. So can you tell us about the art on the wall?
I can. Yeah. Well,
you don't have to tell us about the art, just
So on this, the idea of this Black and Tan Hall, which the name comes from the Black and Tan that used to be on, I think it's 12th and Jackson, around the cusp of the ID. It used to be a place, or of the ID. It used to be a place where Black folks and all folks could get together, party, have a good time, speak easy, juke joint vibes. It's where all the great artists, not just from the Northwest, like Quincy Jones, but like Ray Charles played there, like you name it. If they were jazz, blues, soul, gospel, whatever, they most likely were at the original Black and Tan, sharing their music at a time when it was not allowed for us to be together as, as just people, have a good time. So that's where the inspiration came from. And this Black and Tan Hall over here in the South End was created by three gentlemen. Benjamin Hunter, he's one of the creative directors at Northwest Folklife now after a decade. Tariq Abdullah, Chef T, who I think everybody in the Central District knows, the city of Seattle knows, he's one of our favorite chefs. And then another gentleman, his name was Rodney Harold, who he would describe himself as a Jesuit activist from the South End, much older gentleman. Three of them got together, decided they wanted to recreate this. But the thing that was different about it, and the reason why I tell this story, is because their idea was for us to be a community-owned organization. That there was this idea around, if you are an owner in a business, you have obviously more skin in the game, and you will hopefully operate on a level that makes your business successful, and that if we can get the people who are running a business to be able to learn how to become business owners and also provide the labor to keep it going, then it's like a win-win for everyone. So it's the journey of this place is very much, to your point, like creating business owners. Now, what we didn't know when we first got involved, and I came into the organization back in 2016 after they had already put together the LLC. They were in the building doing demolition. This used to be the old Maxims building for those who are not familiar with the area. But in those of you who are familiar with areas, it's the old Maxim building. We got in there and folks just got to work without ever have opening a space or a restaurant ever before. So there was lots of curveballs along the way. We found out when I got involved, which by the way, the thing that made me dive into it was they were offering this opportunity to invest your time as equity in the company. And for me at that time, I was like 26 years old, had no credit, no cash, had no idea how I was going to make my dream come true to open a space for us. It literally was kismet when I found out about this place.
Can you say that again? Use your time for investment in equity. Like, can we touch on that? Because that is dope. Okay. Tell us about that.
So that was the original vision of it. And when I say I walked in, it was a one sheet of paper that said $2,500 cash over the first year of your time with us, and then 52 hours a year to become an owner in this business.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, I can do that. Like that's real for me. Now it's been a long journey figuring out how do you make that happen. We did all our P's and Q's, made sure we track it, but none of us had ever done this before. But we found out on our journey was like an LLC is not the structure that you want to use if you were trying to build what is we now know is a cooperative. And just as of, I just wrote this date down. I want to say it was like April 22nd. We are officially cooperative. So the model and what we had envisioned all those years ago and isn't really recognized by the government and whatnot. What we now have is a cooperative that is structured in a way where you can more easily become an owner in this business and you have more options. And actually the phrase that we use now used to be partners. Now what we have developed with the Black and Tan Hall Limited Cooperative is a membership. And there's different kinds of memberships. It's heavy. There's a lot to process there, but we are in the final stages of putting together the membership requirements and the kind of like guidelines around what it means to be a member at Black and Tan Hall, as far as like what you actually have to do, and also how you can be removed from being a member at the organization, because that's a real thing too. Which we've never had, honestly, the structure to ever do that in our journey, but we're preparing for it now. And I say that to say our goal is to not gatekeep a single thing. There's no secrets, truly, like there's no secrets. So whatever event we was talking about, we want to talk about it now. Like we want everybody to know what we're up to in there all the time. We want members of the community to come do their thing there, whatever their idea may be, because that is truly the vision behind it. When folks ask us like, well, what are y'all trying to do? It's like, we trying to do what you're trying to do. We have Tay's Tay's our first resident chef. And he's been with us for less than a year. He popped in at the end of last year through relationship. One of our members, Jacqueline Latif, she's been with us for many, many years. As we were in our like trying to figure out how to get open, she was like, here's a chef, check him out. Tay was helping us out, and he's getting to see all of the ups and the downs and the back end of what it actually means to run a venue like this. That is not only a huge lot and building, but also there's a tremendous amount of what I call like stewardship that's involved too, because we were able to buy this building back in 2020 through the Equitable Development Initiative. And so truly, this is a community-owned space. This is City of Seattle, through the Office of, I can't think of their name right now. I'll have it on my notes actually, but City of Seattle, Mayor Durkin signed the deed, put it in our business name. and we own a building. You know,
that is amazing. Like I thought when I, cause like, you know, when I'm like, okay, I want to know about Black and Tan, I didn't know that I would get these gems dropped. And I love that. Thank you. Because like, again, I can't stress enough, like the ups and downs of what it means to have a business. And then you're bringing people on, like, our community is so dope, and I just wish more people understood and knew like that model that you guys having of building people up and bringing people in and being smart about like not everybody's gonna be here. Like that is a lesson that we all need to learn. It's like I'm a life coach, and so we do discovery calls to see if it's a right fit, and those that doesn't mean that you're a bad person or we're a bad person. It's just not a good fit. So that's a good thing to keep in mind too when we're talking about building businesses, because not everybody's a good fit, and not everybody's going to help you move up. Some people are going to keep you down and stagnant. And
we've definitely experienced that.
Yeah.
I've learned this is pretty much my life's work at this point. I'm 36 years old. I've had to I've made so many mistakes. To our conversation prior where you're like, it's okay if we mess up. I'm like, girl, I know, because I mess up all the time. And it's with something like a business like that, like keep messing up, because you're never gonna be able to stop messing up, and you just learn how to recover quicker. And I didn't even answer your question about the art, but like
you was dropping some gems. Go ahead.
And it's like with this place, it's hard to like condense, because there's this like whole story that you have to weave in order to talk about how we even got to the point that I have art in the walls in there. Because that's we've only had 2 seasons of that right now. 2 artists we've featured, and that was through community. Most of what we're doing right now is very much like guerrilla marketing, and it's very much word of mouth. It's very much if you know, you know. The art ended up getting on the walls because I posted something on Threads. I showed a video of the opening night that we had for our first artist, and I'm terrible with names, and so I'm not gonna be able to
send me your notes and we'll put it in like a recap or something.
Yeah, and if folks look back at our like social medias and our website, you'll be able to see everything that I can't remember, because there's a lot of stuff. But it was the first opening night of our first artist that was in the space, which was this really beautiful like self-portrait exhibit. And I took a video letting people know, and then I got a flood of artists who were like, how do I get in there? How do I get in there? I contacted one of my partners in the business. I was like, hey, this is the response that we're getting. Like, how do I get people in? We whipped up a form. And now we have our second exhibit, our second artist being featured. And we hope to do that every season.
That's pretty. When I walked in, I did see that art, and it was different. And I love how they like stitched their art together. So it's art, but then it also is like, it's bomb. The art is so dope. And one of the events that we were talking about was the Sinners Party for Halloween. That'd be so dope. But just make sure you have those little what do you call it? Look, Sinners got me all messed up, y'all. I'm ready to be walking around with some garlic, just like
okay.
Make sure. But no, I think it'll be so beautiful there. That was the event. Chef Tay over here looking all handsome, just quietly. Let's get you on the screen. Tell us about your experience as being the resident chef, and talk about you know what I love when I was meeting with you and show the way you were talking about your food. And then to not even think like, not a lot of people of color know to pair foods with different wines, and just your passion of the way that you talked about your food. So let's talk about what you do and how, like, tell us about this and your journey, your experience.
Well, my journey and my experience is just all the failures, all the pains, everything that I wanted to do and couldn't do. So I just every day go in, I work hard. I just think about the details, keep it simple. And that's pretty much it. Keep it simple, think about flavors, and just think about what I can do that somebody else hasn't done, but the same. Because we're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
We're just putting our own perspective on what's already out there.
Yeah. And so how do you come up, because when we were talking, I think you had like a New Orleans type menu together. Like, do you specify your menus to each event, or do you just have one menu that you just keep?
I cook what's on my heart, so each event's going to be a little bit different. It might be a little bit similar because I might be in the same, like I'm in the Caribbean Jamaican thing right now.
Yeah.
So it might be in that realm, but it's going to be different flavors, different perspective, some different things that you haven't had before, and some throw some things in there that you didn't think that you would like. So at my first tasting for our new menu, I had a lot of good reviews about people eating things that they didn't like, and they couldn't even tell. So
yeah, that's what I'm excited about our season opener, because that's one of the things I wanted to do, introduce people to our vegetables, but like the healthier style.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be vegan, but I'm happy that we're going to have that option. I'm happy we're going to have the vegetarian option, because it's so easy, but I feel like we make it so much more complicated.
Yeah.
And to have that option there, I'm excited to have. So how did you get on your journey of being a chef? What was that about? Like, what inspired you to be a chef, become a chef?
I mean, my auntie Josie, rest in peace, started cooking with her when I was 5 years old. She used to take care of my grandpa. So she taught me how to cook eggs. She taught me how to cook T-bone steaks. She taught me how to cook okra and tomatoes. So that's where the southern roots and all that stuff comes from my auntie. But then just growing up, I'm an athlete also. I played football, played basketball, so you couldn't necessarily do both. So it was still in me. I was just another journey.
Mm-hmm.
So once I got all that football stuff out of me and I had a chance to go to school, I just used the same blueprint as being an athlete, being disciplined, being punctual, paying attention to details, all the things that I learned growing up and from good coaches and everything. And I just applied that to my food. Everything that I didn't do, lift weights consistently, study, go to class, the little things that makes you a great athlete. I just went off the talent. So I'm just mixing my talent with hard work, and this is the product.
Listen, y'all just make me want to get up and shout, because y'all are dropping these gems while you're talking about what you do with the Black and Tan. And this is what our community needs. One of our favorites, Deacon Janet, said tasting, she needs an invite. Okay, we're gonna come to one of those tastings. I know we have an event coming up that we're gonna be talking about. So you guys stay tuned, because Chef Tay is going to be back for the next 2 episodes. We're going to go on a journey, like we're learning about the Black and Tan. He's also a vegetarian, right? Vegetarian, and we're going to talk about that. And then there's another event he has coming up that we're going to talk more on. I just love how you guys are very inspiring, first of all, because it's like you talk about what you do at the Black and Tan, and I love how honest you are. Like, it is work. There has been ups and downs. People need to know that, because sometimes we, like even myself, speaking for myself as my coaching, like I've been doing this stuff for years and doing it for free. And what does it look like to, get people to pay, but then also know your community needs you. We go through all these things. And so it takes business owners like you guys who are coming in here and you're just being authentic and doing your work. And I love how, Tay, you mentioned your work ethics that you learned over the years by having good coaches and people in your life. It's very important who you have in your life on where you're going to go. People you're around and unintentionally inspire you to either go up or down. So I love how you mentioned that. So how do you guys keep yourselves going and inspired when you just want to say, F it, I'm done?
Well, since we've gotten to work together, like he's got my back. We've learned that we have each other's back in just a short amount of time. I think that being transparent about where we're actually at, because I had a moment when he was, in there, and I was like, I need to take a mental health break to the whole team. He was like, hey, I need you. And I was like, thank you. Because like you need people around you who are gonna help you and stay focused and give you some gas when you need it, and I think we do a really good job of doing that together. The big thing that I've been trying to encourage him from day one, and like I've done the same thing with other people, but it doesn't click with everybody to the point of like not everyone's going to bring you up. Some people might bring you down. I've offered many opportunities to people in this space, and I've had people fumble and burn bridges over nothing. But I'm seeing Tay like really run with it. Yeah. These tastings that we're about to start our second Flavors of the Northwest tasting. That was something where I was encouraging him the same way that we encourage everyone in community who's not intimately involved with this business to come kick it or come produce. him in his position as resident chef, I'm like, really, sky's the limit. Like, whatever you want to do. Like, I want you on the calendar just as much as I want anyone else. So make sure you're putting your dates in. That's one of the benefits of being a part of this, is you get to produce. You have access to this space. So checking in with each other, make sure we're keeping it real all the time, laughing. Yeah. Good music. We got our, whenever we're open, we're on our West Coast stuff most of the time. So that's always good. We, we've cut that Nipsey on. We know it's going to be a good night.
Deontay said he loves y'all and he's so proud of you, Tay and Nas.
Appreciate you, Deontay.
Hey, Deontay. Oh, shout out to, don't play with my friend. If you still here, the Emmy nominated Deontay Demper is in the building. Hello, everyone. And shout out to Trey Holiday and Coach Giggs for winning an Emmy. Wow, that was such a beautiful experience. I love being around dope people.
Yes, Coach Giggs is back in town, and they have a couple events coming up for Pride. It's going to be lit. It will still be lit. It's still lit. It's going to be there, and folks have a good time up in there for Coach's party. So we're really looking forward to that weekend.
Deontay, don't leave me hanging. No, just messing. First of all, okay, before I say this, I have to say, Naudia, your skin is glistening and glowing. Like, what is going on, girl? Do we got time for you to tell us a little bit of secrets? Like, what's going on?
Gosh, it's not even a secret. I think I'm doing what I love first and foremost.
Period.
And no matter how hard it is, and I just keep going, and I keep I drink a lot of water. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I also stay away from dairy. I'm not a vegetarian, but I'm very careful with what I put in my body, especially when it comes to carne. With meat, you got to be real intentional with that. And I'm just like trying to enjoy it. I'm living my dreams right now, so I keep trying to remind myself that that's what's happening and not miss out on what's happening right now, because I'm one of those people who is like, as soon as I accomplish one goal, I'm on to the next one, and that'll make you tired and not glowing. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no secret.
Allergy season, not corona, y'all.
But too, when I walk in, I see Chef Tay, he's glowing too. I'm like, okay, we're on the right.
Yes,
we're going the right direction. Like, we're good.
Happiness is the key. Happiness, and you have to create your own happiness. No one else can give it. So thank you for saying that, because everybody like, what are you doing? It's like, we're just happy. It's like stuff happens and you can deal with it or you can live in it. So you deal with it and keep moving. And I love, we're going to have to go, but I just wanted to just touch on how, thank you for sharing when you said you needed a mental health time. We need to understand that it is okay to take those times to get your mind right. Because if keep going, you're not taking care of yourself. But to the end, we have to go. It was so fun having you. Chef Tay will for sure be back next week.
Yes, ma'am.
Naudia, we have to have you back and talk about your singing. I'm so excited to hear about this. Thank you guys for tuning in to Clean Greens Living, broadcasted here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. Stay safe out here and take your allergy medicines. I might have to start walking around with a mask again, like it's coronavirus. All right, guys, stay tuned for Phil M next. Bye.